Hey YouTube, welcome to Bearded Bastard Barbershop. I'm Ryan, I'm the barber and the owner here, and today we're going to talk about the client consultation. So a few key things for me when doing a client consultation is to always wash the client's hair before you start the service. It doesn't matter if they say they just got out of the shower, if they're coming from work, whatever it may be, always wash the hair. It's your opportunity to increase your service value by adding a hot towel to your service, your hair wash service. Another thing that you want to do when you put the shampoo on, you want to select the shampoo that's right for the person's hair texture. If they have, very sandy hair, they have a lot of product buildup, you're going to want to get a clarifying shampoo or a shampoo that will exfoliate and help to strip the built-up wax and the built-up dead skin cells, possibly overactive sebum on the scalp, which can cause the scalp to be oily. So once you've washed the hair, that's also your opportunity to take a look at the health of the scalp to see if there's any flaking, to see if there's any redness, if it's irritated, possibly if they have lice. If it's a child, you want to always make sure you comb through the children's haircuts with a fine-tooth comb and make sure, especially when they're starting school, that's kind of when lice and things like that can come around. You don't really see it very often, but it's always good to always check. The other thing that I like to do when I'm doing my pre-haircut wash is I like to kind of ask the client, hey, what were you thinking today? Did you like what we did last time, or did you want to do something different? Kind of gives them the opportunity to start thinking about it. I like to set the shampoo on the hair for at least 2 minutes. That way it will get into the medulla. It can actually do the work it needs to do to strip the dirt molecules off of the hair strand. It needs to attach to them, so you need to give the shampoo adequate time to do that on the hair. So after you've let the pre-wash shampoo, you've done that for 2 to 3 minutes, you want to go ahead and wash that off. Then you want to go ahead and put your conditioner on the hair, because what that's going to do is it's going to add a little bit of a slickness to the hair strand. So if you're doing a scissor cut, when you're combing through the hair, you're not going to get caught up in knots. You're not going to get caught up in large chunks of hair. It's going to make the hair more manageable for you to cut it. After you've done that step, it's then moving on to the blow drying the hair dry, and also into the finished position of the haircut that you're looking to do. So if you want to do a pompadour, I'm going to style his hair with my blow dryer and my comb as if I was going to do a style of pompadour with my hair dryer and some product. And once I've done that, I can section off my top section with either clips, or these guys. These guys just kind of slide on top of the hair and they'll hold the hair up. Some men don't like clips, so I don't know. It's just a manly thing, I guess. But anyhow, after you've got the hair laying down the way that you want it to lay down, okay, because that's part of cutting. When I'm going up with the clipper, I want to make sure that all the hair is facing the direction that the clipper is moving. So if the hair growth is this direction, I don't want to go up this way because I'm catching the side of the hair strand and I'm not going to be doing anything. So I have to turn my clipper and pay attention to the growth of the hair wherever it may be, here. There can be different growth patterns all over the head. I've had clients that have growth patterns, 4 different growth patterns on all sides and different textures. I've had clients that have coarse, thin hair on top and fine, thick hair on the sides. You need to know what tool to use for each haircut, whether it's going to be a rotary motor, if it's going to be scissor over comb, clipper over comb. Maybe your client has a little bit of a bony head. You're going to want to do clipper over comb to kind of create that shape. You're not going to go in with a clipper because it's going to cut unevenly and the head shape will look a little wonky. So you always want to have symmetry and flow with your haircuts. The other thing that you talk about for the consult is, when was your last cut? Okay, it was 2 weeks ago. Okay, it was a month ago. That gives me a gauge on how much to take off at the top. I always ask, in finger lengths, because inches can be a little confusing for people. So 1 finger length, 2, 3, 4, just depends on finger level, whatever they're into. The other thing to take into account is, how much time is your client going to have in the morning, or is willing to commit in the morning to style a pompadour? Is he somebody that gets up and wears a suit and he's very professional about his appearance, or is it somebody that maybe works outside and they wear a hat all day? So you want to be mindful of what haircuts to give what people and what what avenues of life they're in. So you always kind of want to talk to them in detail. Okay, I'm going to do let's say we're doing a skin fade. Okay, you want to do a taper, you want to do a low, a mid, or a high, and I kind of explain what those are. Once they've made that decision, then you kind of start your blend. Okay, do you want it lighter or darker up top? They say lighter. Okay, we'll go skin to a 1. That'll be a clean fade, or maybe just skin to open clippers, which would be a traditional bald fade. So you want to be really, really detailed in your consultation, because the more information that you can get from the client, the better you'll be able to give them a haircut. Because a lot of clients don't know how to tell you what they want. It's your job to teach them our language, to say, you know, a pompadour. Well, that's not a haircut, that's a style. You know, what you want on the sides, you want it tapered. Some people say, I want it tapered out. Okay, well, does that mean that you want it tapered all the way around, or just tapered on the sides? You know, people from different areas of the country, of the world, call things different things. So you always want to make sure that you're on the same page. You can always add a visual reference, maybe from your own Instagram page, and have them, you know, go ahead and follow you, which will, you know, add a follower as well. And then, you know, the main thing at the end of the day is your client happy with the haircut? It's not about, you know, is it a haircut that I want to do all day? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes haircuts come in and, you know, it's not something that I think would look good on them, but it's something that makes them feel good. And that's what, at the end of the day, that's what we do. We give people the opportunity to look their best, to feel their best, and to go out into the world and be the best versions of themselves. So, you know, I think it's important to communicate with your clients. Let them know that, you know, you're open to criticisms as long as they're constructive. You know, if they say, well, last time you left it a little bulky here, okay, well, that's fine. That's something that you can fix at your next service. That's something that you can notate in your notes with your clients. That way you can have a visual reference and a text reference as to what the problem areas might be, what this client prefers. Some clients prefer the tiniest of details. It could be a curve on a beard, or maybe a 45 degrees. So get into details. And once you've done that, and you can kind of put that in the computer, download it, and go, okay, let's work. I like to kind of always tell my clients, you know, before I start the service, I always start it the same way on the same side of the head, and I always say, are you ready? That's a key to kind of, okay, we're done with the consult, time to get going. So my name is Ryan. I'm the owner at Bearded Bastard Barbershop in Dallas, Texas. I've been here for about 3 years, and if you're in the area, come see me. If you got beard questions, I'll be happy to answer them, and come see me for all your manly needs. Thanks. Okay, GoPro, stop recording. Hey GoPro, stop recording.